Hey guys, welcome back to Home Built, and today I plan on finally getting the 680 running properly. Alright, yes, if all goes well in this episode, this car will be running properly the way it should. Basically what I've done is I have given up on doing it myself, and I am loading it up and taking it down to a local Datsun expert who's been doing it forever on these cars, these exact engines with these exact carbies. He knows exactly what he's doing, so I'm going to take it down there and get them to do it properly on the dyno. But that means loading it up. So first things first, let's get the car on the trailer. Alright, so I've driven my car down into the garage, mostly so I can get the flattest transition onto the car trailer as I possibly can. But have a look at this. How good does this look out in the sun, or just in the shade maybe, but I love being able to see it from different angles. I've just seen it in the garage for so long. It's so nice just being able to get out and have a look. Alright, well let's load it up now and get it on the trailer, and hopefully I don't run it off the end or do anything stupid and we can get on the road. That was tight. It's very low at the front, and I just actually raised it up another 10 mil before I even moved it just then, and yeah, still not enough. So with the couple of blocks I put underneath the back of the ramps, I've got it on. And now I've just got to center it up, balance it on the trailer, and then lash it down, and then we can head off to the dyno.
Well, it is a very crisp morning. It's the first morning where it's hit 0 degrees of the year, so it's quite brisk. But we're all loaded up. I'm on my way to the dyno now. Everything's going okay. I'll just stop in a little bit and just check the load and see how we're going. But fingers crossed it's a good day. I'm really hoping to sort out this mess. Ugh.
So after quite an uneventful trip down to the tuner, it's time to get the car off the trailer, and hopefully we can find out what my problem is, because there's something that goes a bit deeper than just tuning carby. So let's have a look. So we think we have discovered the issue, or not me, but basically what the issue is that the lower part of the inlet manifold is not clamped down properly. There's supposed to be some big washers that bridge across from the extractors onto the inlet manifold, and they're not there. So that's my fault when I built it. Yes, so as such, the bottom half of the manifold is not actually clamped down, so it's got a big vacuum leak and sucking in air. actually end up taking the inlet manifold off, and we milled down the edges so that they're the same thickness as the exhaust manifold, so that our big washers would fit over it nicely, and put it all back together again. And it's sounding a bit better, but it's still not great. Alright, well, we thought we had it fixed because the manifold was definitely leaking. Now it is definitely idling better, but because I've been messing around with it for so long, tuning it backwards and forwards and screwing the idle screws in and out and in and out, what's actually happened is we've actually like damaged the end of the idle screw. So I don't know if that's going to pick it up in the camera. I've tapered the end of the screw. It's actually damaged the end of the screw, the idle screw, and some of the tip has actually broken off inside the carbs. So we've had to go through and take all the carbies back off again, see if we can get the little pieces out, because some of the tips are quite substantial. There's quite a reasonable amount of tip that's broken off, that's gone into the carb, so it's blocked up the these idle corrections holes. And yeah, it's not going to work. So we've got them, all the carbies are back off again, all back off, back over on the bench, and trying to sort out another one of my messes. We will get it running, but it's getting there. At least with people who know what they're doing with these things, it's getting sorted. Well, that is running a whole hell of a lot better, and we're just setting it up now to get it on the dyno and actually start adjusting it, putting it on some load, and seeing how it goes. But it's getting there. We're actually sorting the problems. Alright, well, there's been a lot more tuning being done, just trying to get things sorted out, and it still needs a little bit more tweaking. We're actually going through now and putting smaller chokes into these carbies, into their auxiliary venturis. So what we're doing is we're going down from 36 down to 34. Basically what this does is it increases the velocity of the air going in through the carbies, and helps with atomization, and just helps with running, sort of lowering the rev range. So we'll change them over now and keep going on it. Many of you who've been following this for a while will know that I was running crazy high ignition advance, timing advance on idle. It needed over 30 degrees. That was all due to my manifold not being held down, so it's sucking in air and it's getting so much air. It's just I had to advance the timing so far just to get it to ignite and get it to run. So now I actually have timing, which is in the real world, in the real world of things. I think we've got it down on about 10, 11 degrees advanced at idle, and then it's going up to sort of near 28 when it gets up on song. We can adjust that all with the 1, 2, 3 distributor. So anyway, we'll finish putting these in and see how she goes. So although we did peak at over 160 horsepower in a solid load settings, in the actual power runs, the final happy power figure was 148 horsepower, and that's what we got. All right, and that is it. I've actually, that's what the car's got now. Some of you might be thinking, what the hell is that? You know, people have lots of different ideas of what power figures should be. Basically on this we made at the peak, at the healthy figure that it wants to be, about 148 horsepower, so you know, near enough to 150 I'll say. Apparently on this dyno a factory L28 with the twin SUs makes around 120, so I've sort of picked up about 30 horsepower more than what it originally had, so that's not too bad for a car that's only lightly worked really. It's only got a couple of basic bolt-ons. No headwork, no nothing. So I'm happy with that now. It actually starts and it runs and it idles, and the alternator needs some work. There's a few bits and pieces that need some work, but either way, it is all sorted. It is good now for me to actually drive. So time to put it on the trailer and head home. All right, guys, as always, like, subscribe. If you want to help us out, you can head over onto Patreon. There's a link in the description, and watch the videos a day earlier than everybody else, or you can pick up some merch. All right, guys, see you next time.